Okay, so a new bowler to bowl with Milner on strike. Oh, a nice Yorker. So, who's bowling?
This is a bit of puff runner here from both the scoreboard and the Diamond Creek.
And we've seen him in the highlights when we talked about the 2 times these teams have met. He's taken, I believe, 1-fers. Comes into bowl and leg glances it and tries to get into the gap but can't, and the bowler gets a claw onto it.
Do you know when I was playing Chukka, if you took a 1-fer, you weren't in the highlights? Now you are.
Yes.
Things changed.
Lower standards, lower your standards.
Everyone in place is in the highlights.
Comes into bowl and down the leg side. I assume you make the same remarks about the fact that as soon as you make double-figure scores, you're mentioned in the highlights, rather than a score of 20 or more.
Well, 25 is what gets you onto the competition's website. I don't think that's fair. 25.
What was the keeper doing?
Well, that was the leg side. He was chained to, I think, square leg. And the bowler decided that he didn't need a keeper.
Dot ball.
One of the things that Johnson is doing behind the stumps, he's doing a new technique that some keepers are doing. We'll get your thoughts on it. So,
yes, I am a knowledgeable, learned individual on this matter.
Well, you saw keepers of old used to stay as low as they could to begin with and then come up with the ball. But what a lot of keepers are doing is this is a full board driven. A lot of keepers are getting to that halfway, that active position. There's a player for South Africa called Quinton de Kock who actually does it as well. So he's not actually crowding, coming right down. He's sort of in that halfway. It's try and be more active there and on your feet to go sideways. If you've got any thoughts on it, feel free to say it in the comment. But that's what I've noticed he's doing. Is it short and pulled away, and this could be a boundary. This will be a boundary.
Wonderful shot there.
So that brings us to the conclusion into the 17th over. Diamond Creek well on the way. They're 2 for 33.
Okay, so is this a change of the bowling?
It certainly is.
Left arm bowler?
Maybe the second left arm taking 6 for this match.
Oh! Wow, what a catch! The wicket-keeper diving to his left. A second batsman from Diamond Creek has been strangled down the leg side.
Well, that's one of the catches of the summer there. Not really what McDonald did wrong there, aside from probably playing a bit late. But not a lot wrong in all. It was just a fantastic catch made by Johnson. And it's probably a little too late. Diamond Creek have only really got 18 before they take the first innings. But you still got to take the wickets and take the catches when they come. So that was really well held. And not an overly bad ball either.
So that's the end of McDonald. And so the new batsman coming out. So two caught behind down the leg side, and then one who was out LBW. So new batsman comes out into the middle.
Looks like we've got Rutt to the wicket there.
Rutt. And he is wearing a red cap. Very nice.
It's all the fashion.
Well, hopefully we'll be back here at Coventry Oval next weekend for the grand final. And who knows, we might see more red caps. Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's a little bit unusual, but it's getting the job done. It's getting it nice and full, and that's what you need to make sure things happen.
He's got a very nice finger position on the ball, which is allowing him to get good seam movement. Oh, that was not so good.
Well forward there in the covers there, give it to a dot ball.
The previous one, he got his fingers right on top of the ball. allowing the ball to seam away just a little bit. So this is right on strike. That's another. That's time it was a good ball. So maybe it's just natural variation that he just doesn't always grip the ball the way he's meant to. It just comes out in a variety of ways. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone, going across the right hand of that ball rather than back in.
Ideal is left to make sure you do either bring it across or bring it back in. If you don't do either, then yeah, it's not really a lot you're going to achieve.
Oh well, that's an interesting ball there.
Well, brings together a successful over. Well, brings it to an end at the very least. After 18, the Demons are 3 for 33.
This is the 19th over.
Comes in.
And down the leg side. So, Milner back on strike. And now the drinks break is not far away and will probably happen almost presently.
So get a path in again. We're on a medium. This is good length and pushed out to the covers. And a bit of footwork with the feet to save it from being a single, although I don't think it'll go into run anyway.
Well, I don't think Diamond Creek will be happy that they've lost a wicket for every 10 runs they've scored, which is not the standard of a premiership winning team. Oh, interesting. Sort of a drivey shot to mid-off. Very, very strong bottom hand, Milner. Sort of almost an MS Dhoni whippy sort of shot.
It's worked so far, all summer, and even today.
And defends it, this time stretching out to smother the ball.
Good pass from him again. It's up and it works to be the wicket. No chance of a run. I'll take it.
Pretty good over. Nothing remarkable about it, but just steady medium pace, medium fast maybe. Comes into bowl and defends it, and mid-off collects it once again.
That completes the main over. The score is still 3 for 33.
Okay, so comes into bowl and leg glances it, and it's been a misfield by the mid wicket. And what happened there?
Well, there was probably one. They thought there was probably one, but both of them hesitated because they were seeing the other one hesitate, bring more hesitation, and even hesitate getting back. Brought to you by the word hesitate in that play.
Yes.
Comes in again, and this is outside.
What a strange action. Like, now and then, like the ball just drifted into the batsman's toes from when it looked like it was going to hit the stumps. It was aimed at the stumps. So he is getting some in-swing to the right-hander.
This one's a reasonable length outside the off stump and left alone to Johnson.
So this is the field. There is a some sort of slip, gully, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg, and then a second square leg, a sort of makeshift fine leg sort of thing.
You really got to have a way of words. This is full.
Oh.
And right sweeps.
And that sort of fine leg sort of second square leg fields it for the 1. So right is off the mark. Oh, now they've put the fielder on in the deep on the leg side. So very conservative against Milner's might.
This is full. Play away.
The afternoon is getting quite long now. The shadows are starting to appear. The wind has not changed yet. It is still completely bright blue out. It's very hot. Comes into bowl and leg glances it, and the deep fielder goes over the head of the deep fielder, over the body of the deep fielder, and it dribbles towards the gate and it does not make it.
So come back for 3 there, pretty comfortable 3 in the end.
Bit of a Sydney Harbour Bridge style of fielding there.
So that completes the end of the over.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I've got 6 balls.
So how many runs was scored off that ball?
That was 3.
3.
And now they've decided to call it over, so finally got there. It's 3-37.
Comes into bowl and leg glances it and mid-on collects it. So the score is presently 37, which means technically the game will be over in 14 runs time, and we still have not had the second drinks break of day 1.
Bit of puff the man in. This is loose delivery, and you definitely had the call of the man who bowled loose delivery. It's travelling, it's been safe on the boundary. You would have thought if McDonald was still in, that would have been potentially 3, but just a couple.
2 there, which means who got that?
Fabulous leg lance, and I'll get you a point where we can talk more about the batsman. Oh, Milner, of course. My apologies to Jeffy.
Jeff Miller.
Milner.
That's a very bit of a cricket insider's joke there.
Save for after the telecast.
Comes into bowl and again leg glanced. He has got quite a good leg glance shot.
Takes the score to 40, 11 to go before perhaps a cheer from the crowd. It's a little bit strange. It reminds me a lot of that game we did, the Lowell Plenty game, where even after they passed the score, there wasn't really any cheering. It's just a case of, alright, what happens next because there's so much of the game left.
Comes into bowl and leg glances it, and it sort of a straight drive leg glance shot.
There's 1 ball left this over. With the puff run. Short for length and it's left alone. And that will conclude the 21st over. Diver Creek well on the way. 3 for 40.
Okay, so continuing to bowl from the Elizabeth Street end, and again leg glanced and into the deep, and a comfortable jogging through for 1. So an extra run there for Milner.
Just a fabulous job for them and has all season, and he won the keys there in the big dance provided Diver Creek to score these remaining runs without losing 7.
Comes into bowl and drives it and mid-off collects it.
So one of the things to keep in mind as well there is that these overs today are mandatory. The captains won't be able to shake hands and call off the game. They do need to come back on day 2, and on day 2 at any point the captains can agree.
At any point?
Well, if they've decided there's no chance of a second innings result. This is full, and it's a no ball as well there.
Well, currently, I don't think Diamond Creek are in a position where they say they can say for certain that a second innings result is impossible. They will have to create that situation through continuing to bat for much longer.
Hopefully not continue to bowl for their sake, because it's not floating outside the off stump. Because if you can continue to bowl, then
continue to bat. Comes into bowl. Maybe it's just a fluke when the bowler actually gets his fingers, his wrist into perfect position to make the ball move. Because most of these deliveries are not well delivered and they don't do anything off the pitch.
Well, he's toiling. We can give him that much. Comes in again. This is fallen driven. And they're going to take a quick single.
Whoa, that was risky.
A good throw would have had him. You see, that was a throw straight into the turf. So, plays no part in a run out. That's just nothing that ball because it was a single.
So just the one ball to go to make up for the no ball. Very hot, sweaty day still. Comes into bowl and defends it.
Brings to a close the 22nd over. Diamond Creek almost there, 3 for 43.
Alright, so new over. This is the 23rd over.
We've got another change of the bowling as well.
The 23rd over of both the innings and the session. Looks like another bowler, left arm medium pace bowler maybe. Oh, is that Guerra? No? Looks just like him. Who's on strike?
We've got Rudd on strike. No, it's definitely not Guerra because he's not playing.
Ah,
He'll be playing in Mill Park's G4 semi-final.
Okay. So it's just coincidence of two people who have the exact same bowling style. And that is wonderfully pull slot slapped to the long on boundary and the ball will not make it.
And he's picked up 3 there.
So wonderful, wonderful shot there by Rutt. He goes on. Oh, well. Playing a miss through the gate, trying to play some sort of back foot cover drive, sort of, but off aiming at the front, aiming at, I don't even know. It was a half volley outside the off stump. He did not try and play it off the front foot.
He'll certainly recover this ball, you would have thought. A long strike, and he's definitely cut better this time. This is racing away there to the pavilion. He'll pick up 2.
Slide near the kids.
He's done very well there to one of the longer boundaries, keeping it to 2. Definitely a good chase.
So 2 there.
Brings the score to 48. So
48.
3 to win. Who would have thought?
And it's currently 4:30. Comes into bowl and cut again, and this time it's a top edge down to the 3rd man region, and none of the players seem to be. Oh, there we go. And he's secured it. Waiting for, and a round of applause, everyone who have.
Well, they've got that. Is, of course, the 51. So that's why the players were applauding there.
Yep. So it's won the game on first innings. Comes into bowl and tries to leg glance it, but can't. There's a short mid wicket there. And that completes the over. A very profitable over for Diamond Creek.
Indeed, 8 off it. It's 351.
So new over, left arm medium fast, and it's leg glanced. Wow. I have to say, Milner is doing very well. He is not worrying about defending his stumps. He's so confident in his ability to just leg glance those balls into the leg side. He's just playing with incredible confidence and ease.
This one's full and driven by right, and this will be some runs to 1. The one thing I'll say about the fielding positions, though, if you've got a guy who's hitting through one area, what you would want to do is you obviously want to cover it with a sweeper. So the deep mid-wicket's fine. I'm not sure they've properly covered the 1, and he's not hitting it necessarily overly hard that a mid-wicket couldn't stop it and keep it to 1. So I don't know if this short mid-wicket's right here. I would have him say a regular mid-wicket or a cow corner, a short cow corner. Keep the singles, then build some singles, build some dot ball pressure. If then you wanted to bring, say, square leg to your short mid-wicket and have fine leg patrol that, as this one is full and left to the keeper, then that's fine. But to me, having that big gap means if he hits it somewhat hard, past short mid-wicket, it's 1.
Absolutely. Comes into bowl. Ooh. Chops it down and it goes into the covers for a dot ball. Yeah, they seem to be mixing up different tactics, and I'm not sure about it.
Ball of the over is outside off. As mentioned, that concludes the over. It's 3:53.
And it appears that it's the drinks break, which means it is time for the beverages.
Maybe pay attention to this. They seem to be shaking hands with each other. Yep. They stop right now.
At the end.
Beagle down the street, he's never on a leash. In every car that passes by, he chases like a freak. I was puzzled, so I asked him what he'd do one day if he caught himself a big old Chevrolet. And he said, ooh, I don't have a clue, but how many of us ever really do? There is not a glowing sign that I am heading toward. I'm not aimless, I'm just not sure what I am aiming for. My stupid little cat thinks her tail is a rat. She chases it in circles till she sputters out of gas. I told her it's impossible to catch that tail, that no matter what she does, she'll always fail. And she said, ooh, I don't have a clue. Maybe what you're telling me is true. But how am I supposed to know if I don't explore? I'm not aimless, I'm just not sure what I am aiming for. But me, I know my way. I wake up every day. I start to walk, and from my path I never really stray. I'll get to where I'm going when I figure out why the map is always changing when I start to find my route. And I go, ooh, I don't have a clue, but how many of us ever really do? There is not a glowing sign that I am heading toward. I'm not aimless, I'm just not sure what I